I could be there.
Crazy deadline.
Yeah, so you're just going straight into the basketball talk. We're not going to chill.
Are you kidding me? Everything that's happened?
What's happened?
It's been a mess. What do you mean? All right. So, well, I mean, for one, in terms of Celtic stuff, they went out and they got a big. And I think it was a good pickup. I think Mike Muscala was a good pickup, considering the money.
Mike Muscala.
Muscala.
Mascara?
Are you saying mascara like a lady puts on mascara?
No, it's Mike Muscala.
I know that's the correct way. I'm asking Adam how he pronounces it.
No,
we
it's
all
Muscala,
know. We all know you. We can barely understand what Adam says half.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. So, okay. Full disclosure, that's a bit of an inside joke, but yeah, Mike Muscala. I'm just being addicted. I like the pickup. I think I tweeted this out as well, and I definitely want your guys' thoughts. But when it comes to being able to just slot into what the Celtics are already doing, just being like that 5-out big that can shoot the free consistently, is a good screener. I checked on Synergy, and most of his pick and roll plays come through pick and pops. Very rarely does he operate as the roll man. He'll slip more than he'll set the screen and roll. I think he just fits really well into that Horford type role. And the only downside is I just think this takes away minutes from Blake Griffin, who was, I must say, extremely fun to watch against Philly.
Yeah, that was the barrage of threes he was hitting were pretty electric the other night. You know, I tweeted out, it felt like it was everyone in the crowd took a shot of Jolt soda every time Blake Griffin hit a three, because it just kind of ignited the crowd. But, you know, I think with the Muscala move, you know, I'm still a little skeptical of how much this really is going to play into any type of postseason rotation, but I do really like this move for the regular season. I think it's kind of, you know, we heard the Kelly Olynyk rumors. This is budget dollar store, you know, Dollar General Kelly Olynyk move, kind of. In my opinion, I think Kelly could have played a role in the postseason. I'm not so sure about Muscala, but I think when you look at, you know, the big picture, it's really about how do we manage, you know, Rob continues to get little nicks and knacks here, so you want to preserve that. Al's getting older. He doesn't play back-to-backs. The other night, the reason he didn't play against Philly, that was unexpected, right? He showed up to the arena. I think he had some swelling in his knee, so it's precautionary. But you need a few more bigs to kind of sustain yourself to get to that finish line and have Rob and Al, you know, be able to be at full strength. So I think Muscala helps you to do that. And I think, you know, we talk about Blake knocking down all those threes last night. That was probably a little bit fluky. Muscala is a guy that you actually could, if you put him in that position, he's a guy that you can actually expect to shoot at a higher rate, to knock down those threes. And it's not going to be surprising in the way that it was with Blake Griffin last night. So I think he slots in nicely just to be able to help the Celtics throughout the end of this regular season stretch to kind of maintain and set themselves up. Now, I think there's probably another move maybe coming here that we'll get to that we'll have to, you know, kind of speculate on. But as far as the actual move that was made today, didn't cost much. Couple seconds, which, by the way, I have no idea what a second round pick is worth anymore. That was the wildest part of today. Insane. Which that just blew my mind, just how many second round picks were flying around the NBA
51
today. What was the number? 51. And the crazy part is 15 of those were in 3 deals, because there were 3 different deals that involved 5 second round picks.
Yep.
So, you know, I think at the end of the day, Justin Jackson, thank you. Appreciate you, my guy. Good luck. You know, in 2 second round picks for Mike Muscala. I think that's a quality depth addition here, and we'll see what the next move is.
I think the big thing is it gives you a big that you can play alongside Rob. That's sort of, if you want to try and go for the double bigs, you're able to rest Al a little bit. Definitely a floor spacer, which is good. Almost a 38% shooter from deep on the career, shooting almost 40% this season. And he's shooting, I think, almost a little bit over 3 attempts a game from 3. So again, I think it just gives you a different look. And I mean, Blake looked fantastic against the 76ers. And to be honest, when they went into that game, I was really, really worried based on the fact that they didn't have Rob, they didn't have Al. The fact that they were able to pull off that win was really impressive, looking at their big man depth. And Cornette looked great too. So, you know, there wasn't as much pressure. I think the asking price for a guy like Kelly Olynyk was going to be a lot in terms of salary. And from every indication from what other teams were saying about Danny Ainge and the Jazz, they were asking for way too much for pretty much all of their trades. So even if it was going to be with the Celtics, like, I think they would have had to pay like way more than they were comfortable paying. Overall, I think it's good that Peyton Pritchard stays. You got Peyton Pritchard to be, an insurance option on the bench. Mike Muscala comes in, allows you to eat up a little bit of those regular season minutes, which is a really good point, Will. And just being able to kind of give a little bit of a jolt of energy to this big man rotation. And it covers you. You're able to play him a little bit more than I think. I think Cornette, there's certain situations that you can't turn to him. And I think right now, Muscala, I want to see just because of spacing issues, right? You can't play Cornette and Rob together really ever. That's just not going to happen. I think right now it gives you more of an option to stretch the floor because of what his skill set is. I am interested to see how quickly he adapts and what his first minutes are going to look like. Is he going to leapfrog Cornette in the rotation, or is it going to be a matchup based thing? Is he going to play more in these back-to-backs when you're resting Al? And even how many back-to-backs they have left the rest of the season, I'm not sure. But overall, I think it's a good move. It's a really small move, and it eats into that TPE, only 3.5 mil. You got him on a team option next year for the same amount. So all in all, I think it's a really low-cost move. And for a guy that wasn't playing any minutes for you in Justin Jackson, you couldn't really ask for a better move.